Donald Trump made probably one of the most crucial, if not probably the most crucial move he has made up to now. And that is very good news. And I wanted to share it with you, but I want to go over, we have a lot to go over. So I'm not going to, I'm going to try to take up at least as much time as possible. I know it's a Saturday. I know it's in the evening. I know a lot of you are home, but this is great news. So I want to share it with you, and I want to make sure that we also understand what to do next and what some of the things that I have some plans I want to go over with you. Also, we're going to have in the next 10-15 minutes Grant Stern from Occupy Democrats join us. Grant is going to join us and also give us a major perception of what's happening right now because MAGA is imploding. But before we go into MAGA, I want to do a little quick update on what transpired earlier today. Earlier in the morning, I put out my Substack for those of you that read it. Basically, Ukraine was under bombardment again. Russia has attacked Ukraine with over 597 Iranian-made Shaheeds, over 26 cruise missiles. There was a lot of damage, and as you know, in the meantime, Donald Trump has announced. He announced an announcement that he's going to make on Monday, and that announcement is supposed to be what I'm hearing is he's going to try to implement certain sanctions. It's all a rouge. I'm not going to take up too much time going into it. I'm going to put a Substack letter together. We'll talk about it more over the weekend. But it's all, Nick, congratulations. Thank you for upgrading. Welcome to the family. It's all a rouge. He's not going to none of this is going to be relevant enough. This is all part of distracting the media to pretend that he's doing something to take the eye off what is happening right now. And what's happening right now is extremely something more crucial because there's a moment we have our crack. It's like, during every war, during every battle, during every you look for that advantage point. You look for that moment where you can take it, and this is the moment, and this is why we have to really make some decisions. And right now, I'm really trying to figure out. The one thing that is bothering me, and I'm really worried, and I need some of you to maybe go out there and start screaming. Where's the Democrats right now? Where's any of the leadership? Because right now, Trump has he basically handed them back the keys to the kingdom. He basically gave away. He just blew up MAGA. Before we go into that, quickly also, in that what he did today in MAGA, he also opened up a lot of cards, and we're going to dissect his Truth Social post right now, which, folks, he's getting destroyed. I just literally left a MAGA space with over 2,500 people, all hardcore MAGA. We're not talking about Republicans. We're not talking about Democrats. We're talking about cult MAGAists. And the only reason I'm even allowed in that space is because I used to be one of them. They used to all look up to me at a certain point. So they still have a certain respect for me because they understand that I don't go in there to try to gloat, which I could. I go in there and give them facts and try to so they give me that respect because they understand, because we've battled and have been arguing for years. And what I could tell you that has transpired today, literally I just came off one of the space where I have never seen in my life where you saw Brian Krasenstein and you saw mega cults for mom agreeing on the same thing and talking about. I mean, and it is just insane. I'm trying to even pinch myself a little bit to make sure this is happening because I literally did not have this on my bingo card. I did not imagine Trump was going to do it. I am trying to figure out. I'm on the phone right now trying to find out what was so important on this list that Trump is going full force. But before Trump went full explosion, full nuclear with his mega base today, he started off the day with some crazy stuff. First, he started with some tariffs, just writing letters. But that is not even as crazy important as that is, because that's our economy. We're gonna really feel the effect. But it's nowhere near as crazy as he put out a Truth Social post earlier today, responding to an American citizen. Her name is Rosie ODonnell. Now, it's important I point this out because it doesn't matter that she might be famous and they might know each other, but it's all irrelevant. She is an American citizen. And part of what I keep telling you guys to keep your eye on the ball is what he's trying to do is take away, strip citizenship, stuff like that. Change rules and for voting because those are none not all of this other stuff that the media keeps chasing. All of a sudden now they're waiting for the big announcement that's supposed to take place about Russia on Monday, and they're talking about how all of a sudden Trump is supposedly now going to sell weapons to NATO. They're so ignorant and stupid that they're not even talking about how many weapons is he going to sell, what type of weapons. I mean, he completely stopped everything. So I mean, I don't even want to start going, but here is the post that he put out today. He goes, because of the fact that Rosie O'Donnell is not in the best interests of our great country, I am giving serious consideration to taking away her citizenship. She is a threat to humanity and should remain in the wonderful country of Ireland if they want her. God bless America. Folks, that's the President of the United States. That's not, hold on, so let me just send Grant an invitation. There we go. That's the President of the United States. The President of the United States just put out a message for the whole world, basically saying that he wants to take an American citizen because he doesn't like the way she talks about him, and she says that she's a threat to humanity, and that he's seriously considering taking away her citizenship. Seriously considering taking away. First of all, I don't think he has the right, but I guess it doesn't matter. He controls every other part between Congress and everything. Threat to humanity, folks. You can't make that up. I mean, you don't even know what to respond to that. I mean, this is very, very serious. And today he follow up with the big bomb, and I'm just gonna try. Give me a second. Let me see if we could get Grant on here, so we can dissect it together. Let me see. One second. Okay, I sent Grant an invite. Let's give him a second while he comes on. While he comes on, we have a little over 1,000 people here right now on a Saturday, folks. And we're having some good news, and we need to start finally share it. And so please keep hitting those hearts as much as you can. I'm going to take a moment while we're waiting for Grant. And first of all, say thank you to all of the subscribers out there, for all of you that follow, share, restack, make our voices loud and heard. Special super thank you to all our paid subscribers, our founders, for those of you that you contribute to Venmo at Lev-Parnas, for those of you that go out there and support by purchasing all kinds of gear on levremembers.com. I want to super thank you. And for those of you that are new to the family or just joining, welcome, and just write a message there and everybody will greet you, because we are a family. This is no longer just a community. We are number 2 between the top 3 in world politics for the past month running, and that's a huge achievement because you have millions and millions people on this platform that are out there trying to report, talk about news. But remember, we don't report the news, we break the news, and that's what we've been doing every day since I've been on this platform. For those of you that have been here with Shayla a new couple of weeks, welcome. If you've been here for even a couple of weeks, you already know that what we talk about, what the information I give you, and the information is at least a few days ahead of all of the other media, and it's very accurate, because I try not to deal in opinions, and if I do, I give it to you. But I try to deal in facts, and that's a part of what I stand on my platform, is to be able to give you an inside look of exactly what's happening. And one of the main things I've been talking about for the past several days, especially maybe even weeks, is besides all the craziness that Donald Trump is doing in the. I'm sorry, folks. Let me send Grant another invite for some reason. Okay. Okay. Accept. Look, bear with me, folks. Let me just text him again. All right, let's see if that works. So I was saying to you, in the meantime, we're two and that's a oh, here we go. Going. Okay, he's gonna join us shortly. He's doing something right now. So while he's joining us, I just again wanted to say thank you. It's a huge achievement because our voices are being heard. The one thing that we're going to talk about today, why I'm having this breaking special, is because this is breaking. This is probably some of the biggest news, even though it's great. I can't believe I'm saying that Donald Trump's Truth Social post admitting to something that he lied about is huge news because he lies more than anybody on this planet. He lies every day, hundreds of times. And he lies in every post he does, but this one is a big one, and I've been talking about it for a while, and now everybody out there is starting to see. The media is picking up it today, and that's what if you read my post, the post is that Donald Trump killed MAGA today. He destroyed MAGA. And that's why it's important for what's to take place next. And, while we're waiting for Grant, let me ask you guys a question. And please, I want you to DM me. So, one of the things I want to do is I'm trying to figure out how to put together because I want to go on the road. I want to go on the road. I want to start, especially right now with what's going on with Mega. I want to do town halls. I want to do, start hitting schools, colleges, going to red states, going into Mega and start, talk because the divide is so huge. I can't even explain to you. So let me know what you think about that idea because one of the things that I need to do is I need to put together a team because I don't have anything. I'm gonna need to retain probably lawyers. I do have. That's the one thing I have. I have plenty of lawyers. I have lots of lawyers. Thank God for that. But I need to figure out to get a team. People like to book it, to arrange it, hey Pam, I see Pam is here. We're definitely gonna have. I want to have guests with me on there and on this tour. I've been talking about it for a while, and so I'm thinking about doing it. If you guys think it's a great idea, then I'm going to put together, I'm going to get somebody to help me put together a budget for it, to go figure out to get the team and the places and stuff like that. And then I guess I'll do like a GoFundMe or whatever, and then we'll all do it together, a part of it. So that's my idea. That's my thought. So if you're with me on it, because then, send me the DMs, let me know the things we need. The last thing we're going to need is money. Obviously, we're going to do a GoFundMe for that. But more important than that, there's a lot of you out there that have incredible specialties and are great at certain things. And the beauty of being on this platform is that some of you are lawyers out there, some of you are PR specialists, some of you have a lot of talent that you could maybe contribute to the organization, to this movement, besides just money. So if you have some sort of that's on, some of you have already started sending me some of those DMs, and I appreciate. I'm reading them, but now I think it's time, especially now, to take it to the next level. So that's why I'm telling each and every one of you that I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to go on the road, and what I need to do right now is quickly put together a team that could help me book the events, organize the stuff, because I'm not good at that. I'm not good with the technology and all that stuff. Put together some social media team that could help promote the message. Well, because I have the contacts, I could get the Midas touch. I could get my son. I could get all these people to help promote it and do it. But I need somebody to organize it because it has to be on the right level to be able to make a dent, to be able to go out there and deal. Because right now Mega is blowing up, and I know where to go. I know how to talk to them. I know the points to hit. I know exactly, and I think this could be the thing that pushes it over. And if I think we do that for the next year, right before the midterms, I think before even the midterms, I think, because one of the things I want to do is I want to go confront these Republicans. I'm tired of waiting and for somebody to do it. I'm tired of writing every congressman, senators. Nobody wants to do it. So I want to, part of my trip is I want to go confront some of these congressmen, and I want to start pitching them and talking to them why they should and shouldn't, right now start supporting some stuff. So that's my idea. I want to do it. I'm game for it. I haven't told my wife yet, so but I'm sure she will support me 100%. So just let me know what your thoughts are, and if I see a lot of you are agreeing with it, so I'm happy to see that because I am excited myself. I think this could be tremendous because I'll have Michael join me, I'll have Malcolm join me, whoever. But I'm gonna plan it. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to try to wait for everybody's schedules. I'm not going to try to plan this. I want to do it. I have the time. I have the ability because of your support, because of your contributions, because of your everything you do. It will allow me to be able to go do it and do it full time. And this way, I think, and I'm willing to give a year of my life right now to completely save our democracy. So the things we need, and then we'll go try to get Grant again, is I need whatever help, professional out there, people that are in that industry, from PR, marketing, social media, also what's it called, booking, booking speeches, booking events, space, coordinating it, managing it, assistant, because we could all of it could be done virtually. Just DM me. That's the first thing. And then once I get an idea of that, then the next step is I'll probably have to put together a budget, and then we'll do a GoFundMe, and then and I want to do this quick, so I'm going to try to do it as quick as possible because I don't want to wait, because I think, and not that I think, I know for a fact this right now is the most important thing that's happening, and we need to strike the iron while it's hot, because we could right now, like, forget it. I can't even explain to you what's going on, and I will. I'm saying metaphorically, I will. I just want to try to see Grant one more time. Give me a chance, guys. If not, then we'll go into it ourselves. Let me try him one more time. I apologize, guys. 1 second. Uh, okay, let me send it to him. Yeah. Okay, let's give him 1 more minute, and then I'll read it. All right. Maybe he's busy. If he can, he'll join us. In the meantime, let's break it down. Okay, so let's break this down, folks. This is Donald Trump. So let me give you because let me take a step back, because I'm assuming a lot of you know exactly what's going on. A lot of you do. Those that follow me, those that are subscribers, know exactly what's happening. So there's been those are new to the platform or new here. Buckle up, because this is a doozy. So for the past several days, since July 4th, during the July 4th weekend, while Bibi Netanyahu was here, all of a sudden, oh yeah, guys, here it comes. Story time with Lev. So get ready. While Bibi Netanyahu was here and conversations were going on, Donald Trump and his team creatively leaked all of a sudden a press release unsigned through Axios that basically said that they were shutting down the Epstein case. They were shutting down the list, the Epstein case, everything else, and there was no more conversation about it. Now, a lot of you might think, what's the big deal? It's just another investigation. No, but I want to make it very clear to everybody. And I've been saying it, and a lot of you now are starting to understand, and I want you to listen to me very importantly, because, each movement has their core. Like I watched Superman yesterday, and I use that as a metaphor. Every Superman has their kryptonite. And for MAGA, the Epstein files was our, and I say our sometimes because I was part of that movement when we first initiated. It was the link that basically the root of all of the Democrat, the movement of what Make America Great About was to destroy pedophilia, to destroy child trafficking, to destroy the deep state that was involved that allowed it to happen. You had Pizzagate, you had so many different things that came out of there, guys, that you don't even understand. So this was extremely something that bigger. It was for mega and again, remember when I break up the Trump's base, there's MAGA, which is his cult. That's what this is. That's who I call MAGA. Then there's Republicans that just vote because he's the only Republican they had. Then there's independents that came over from the MAGA movement because of RFK. Then there was, I'm saying to you, people that just were confused and want to vote against the Democrats, feeling they went too far left. So there's a lot of people that the reason why Trump won, he had that perfect storm type of situation. It wasn't because he was the most loved, greatest person in the world. He was an indicted, convicted felon. So let's understand the person we're dealing with. But because of during that time, he inseminated into the minds, and I was part of that. Jeffrey Epstein, that he was linked into all of the CIA. He was linked into the deep state. He was linked into Israel connections. He was a spy. He was running pedophilia and all kinds of child trafficking rings for the Democrats. He was connected, dealing with Clinton and the Clintons and others. This was, I mean, not only 24 hours embedded into us, but what I'm trying to tell you, this was something that was what Mega was built on. This was the origination of what Mega, besides, the 2020, 25, that goes back to even before 2025, the beliefs of the hardcore Mega base. So this is where we're at. So, and right now, Donald Trump came up. I'm sorry, I backtracked for a second. So they came out with this press release basically saying this in July 4th. Then for the next few days, there was nobody coming out. No Pam Bondi, no Kash Patel, no Donald Trump. There was nothing, no press conferences. They were trying to kill the site. They even tried to come out with an investigation into James Comey and Brennan to try to change the news cycle. They start talking about all of a sudden giving weapons to Ukraine and going against Putin to try to change the news cycle. But the one thing that they couldn't stop, they were changing the media. The CNNs were chasing it. The MSNBCs were chasing it. But you know who wasn't chasing it? MAGA wasn't chasing it. You had Laura Loomer. Oh, there we are. Welcome, Grant.
Hey, how's it going, guys? There we
Welcome,
go.
welcome. I'm just giving everybody, I'm giving everybody a prelude how we got here today, and
Oh, sure.
and then I'd like to read Donald Trump's truth post, and then we're gonna dissect it, and then we're gonna
Of
discuss
course.
how Mega is responding to it. So everybody, first of all, everybody, welcome Grant Stern from Occupy Democrats. Everybody, show him some love. Make sure you subscribe. You make sure you guys, Grant does incredible
Hey,
writing.
guys. I see
He
some
also,
familiar names.
and we have a lot of family here, and Grant also works with me on a lot of my podcast stuff. He's part of my team. Whenever I go out there, he's just been right now busy where everybody's doing their thing, but Grant is incredible. So definitely part of the family. Show Grant love. So anyway, getting back to it, we're at now. Everybody, the media is chasing all the news stories, but now we have Laura Loomer. She goes after she says she's the first one starts attacking, but she doesn't attack Donald Trump. She attacks Pam Bondi because
Right,
you
because that's
can't
how
attack.
it is. They always take
Right.
out whatever Trump is doing, they always take it out on the lieutenants
I'm
because
obsessed.
it's
They can't
like,
imagine. They
you
can't
know what?
imagine.
It's like kids never want to blame mom for what happens. So they get angry at everybody but mom, right? Because that's mom. And that's how the MAGA base kind of reacts to this. They kind of go after the next person, right?
Well,
But
don't.
the
Well, also,
problem
Grant,
is the next person isn't budging.
well, also don't forget, Grant, that it's this is even more than one because this is a cult, and because this is their Fuhrer, this is their leader. They can't imagine him doing anything wrong, so it has to be some kind of behind the
Well,
scenes provision.
I've
Until
been on the
today, we're gonna get
Roundtable Club
well, we're gonna
a
get there.
couple
We're
of
gonna get
times
there.
here.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Just let me bring. We have over 1,500 people here. Not everybody knows everything that has transpired. So
Sure.
I want to bring everybody up to speed. Tell how we got here, and then we're gonna mean you're gonna go over. And I'd love to hear your take. And we'll. I love a good debate. And if you have something different, we'll debate it. If not, we'll agree
Oh
to it.
yeah.
You know.
Well,
You know.
also,
So we'll
I
definitely
mean,
get to that. So let me get everybody up to these. So
no,
as you can see, everybody's excited because a lot of us that are involved in this fight against Trump have been watching this play out and been waiting for this moment. I can't believe none of us could believe what we saw today with Donald Trump because he basically gave us a weapon to be able to now go. I mean, we'll get into it anyway. So Laura Loomer starts asking the questions going after Pam Bondi. All of a sudden you have Dan Bongino coming out there and Cash Patel. You have all of these breaks start happening saying that we're now going out, what's it called? Leave, Dan Bongino saying he's going to leave the FBI. If Pam Bondi doesn't, leave, I'm going to leave. You have all this stuff happening. And as this is happening, all of a sudden you start seeing on spaces, on all of these social media platforms, all of these mega accounts start opening up and start really being pissed off, start really being against like what the hell is going on, but still not blaming Trump. Still, Trump. I mean, I've heard so many excuses in the past couple of days that they're playing games around Trump. They're lying to him. They're not giving him the right information. Trump is trying to protect this one and that one, and it's Trump has a good heart and he cares about our economy. I mean, I heard such. I can't even tell you, but it was against Trump, but. And I was here with you guys telling you the breaks are happening. The breaks are happening because in between they were going at each other's throat. You had Charlie Kirk. You had coming out against Pam Bondi. You had at TPAC basically everybody's sitting there going out there. Literally, Bannon had his parade there talking about how this could destroy MAGA. They're all saying this and talking about, and then today the bombshell. Donald Trump comes out and so I'm gonna read it to you guys. It's a long one, so please just bear. And there's a lot to dissect in there. So me and Grant are gonna dissect it. So let me read the whole thing first, and then I'll pass it over to you, Grant. Give me, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
we'll go into it. Okay. So Donald Trump writes to us because he sees all of this happening the past couple of days. And in the meantime, guys, keep smashing those hearts because we need to get as many people on here as tonight because this is some important stuff. This is the break that we might have been waiting for, that God has might given us, that we need to take advantage of. And this is why I want to hit the road and make this thing happen. So Donald Trump writes, "What's going on with my boys, and in some cases my gals? They're all going after Attorney General Pam Bondi, who is doing a fantastic job. We're on one team, Team MAGA, and I don't like what's happening. We have a perfect administration, the talk
Oh,
of the world, and selfish people are trying to hurt it. All over a guy who never dies, Jeffrey Epstein." Now, if we just stopped there alone, then you would say, "Holy shit!" Right? I'm saying, if we didn't have to go forward, you would say, "Holy shit!"
that alone, that tweet
That alone,
alone would actually be an earth-shattering tweet in circa 2017 by itself.
exactly. But it's not even like 10%, folks. So we're
This
gonna
is just the
continue.
beginning.
This
I'm
is
just
just the beginning.
sharing this chat with everybody so we can get more folks.
Yes,
Yeah.
please, please. In the meantime, everybody, exactly. While I'm reading this, guys, hit that just like what Grant said. Thank you, Grant. Hit that little square button with the arrow to everybody in your phone book, in your social media contacts. Let's share with everybody because we're gonna break down because this is a very important message also here that I want to talk to you, Grant, about that. I'm seeing knowing Donald
Well,
Trump.
let
But
me
we're gonna,
share it on Occupy Democrats
yeah,
right now
go ahead, brother. Go
because,
ahead. Yeah,
I
go
think
ahead.
that's where the most people will see it. So
Absolutely,
keep
brother. Go ahead.
talking.
I'll keep going. I'll keep reading meanwhile. So we never dies with Jeffrey Epstein. For years, it's Epstein over and over again. Why he's the one that over and over again. But okay, why are we giving publicity to files written by Obama, Crooked Hillary, Comey, Brennan, and the losers and criminals of the Biden administration who conned the world with the Russia hoax, 51 intelligence agents, the laptop from hell, and more. Now, this is where it also gets crazy because this is now he's trying to use that what he's been using his whole life with his mega base, using those key points: Russia, 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 Intel, laptop, Biden administration. Ain't working, folks. Ain't working. They created the Epstein file. So now he's lying what he's saying, what he's been talking, what Dan Bongino and all of them have been preaching to their mega cult for the past years, saying
Be
that,
right back.
now they're okay. You're right. Okay. Now they're lying. He's saying that it was Obama, it was Hillary Clinton. They created the Epstein files. So if they created it, just show us, Donnie. Donnie, just show us the files. Show us what they created. Can't do that. He continues. Just like they created the fake Hillary Clinton Christopher Steele dossier that they used on me. It's all about him, of course, the narcissism. I love it. And now my so called friends, careful, are playing right into their hands. So, first of all, he shitted on his friends just now because he just said, "You are my so called friends," and you're playing right along into the Democrats' hands. He's making the press release. Why didn't these radical left lunatics release the Epstein files? That's what you ran on, Donnie. You ran on saying they're not releasing the files. You're going to release them. So why are you asking us this question now? This is you. You've promised us. Promises made. Promises broken. I don't know. If there was anything in there that could have hurt the mega movement, why did they use it? Because you said there's stuff connected to the Democrats, the deep state, the pedophilia.
Right. This is
Yeah,
this
well,
is the deep state. This is
right.
exactly the genesis, the crux, the alpha omega of
This
MAGAism.
right. This has nothing to do with mega.
Yeah.
They,
Yeah.
they
This is
it gets interesting. They haven't even given up on the John F. Kennedy or Martin Luther King files. What that has to do with anything, nobody knows. But let's
well,
continue.
they released a lot of JFK stuff. That all moved forward this past week. And the CIA formally admitted that it misled Congress about 45, 50 years ago. Um, so they've been kind of active in the space. Like there's been some activity, but this is, this is like whole next
Right, right,
level,
right. Here we go.
right?
We'll
It's
continue.
wild.
Yeah. No matter how much success we had securing the border, deporting criminals, fixing the economy, energy dominance, a safer world where Iran will not have nuclear weapons. I mean, the guy is just
A
like
lie. He just can't stop lying. He's actually just. Well, you know what? Hold on a sec. Keep going. You will put a pin in this. The many
Yeah, make
lies.
make make your notes. Let me read it to
Put a
everybody, and
pin.
then make your notes. Yeah, okay. So Iran nuclear weapons. It's never enough for some people. It's never enough for you guys. He's telling MAGA this. He's not telling you guys. This is. I want you to understand. This message is not for you. It's not for me. For Grant. This is for his MAGA base. He's
This
telling
is
him
to the
shut.
MAGA base, which
Yeah,
is in revolt,
right. He's telling him
open
shut
revolt.
up. He's telling him nothing I do for you is never enough. We are about to achieve more in 6 months than any other administration achieved in over
About to.
in 100 years. In 100 years. Yeah, he meant to say we're
Okay,
about
okay.
to
So hold on a
restrict.
second. There's an explicit reference there. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay, okay. And we have so much more to do. Oh, we know that, Donnie. We are saving our country and making America great again, which will continue to be our complete priority. The left is imploding. And now here, this is where it gets very interesting. What I want to touch on, and then I'm gonna read the rest, and then we're gonna go into this is the most important part, I think, Grant, where I'm gonna get into right now, and more than anything, because this is what I've been sounding the alarm, and this is why I'm having this space, and this is what I want to sound the alarm for, because everything right now that's happening in his life has to do with one thing, and that's called, in his world, election reform, part of that Project 2025. And we're gonna and here we go, guys. I want everybody to pay very close attention, because I want to read through the rest of it without stopping, because it's important. So the left is imploding. Kash Patel and the FBI must be focused on investigating voter fraud, political corruption, act blue, the rigged and stolen election of 2020 and the arresting of thugs and criminals, instead of spending month after month looking at nothing but the same old radical left inspired documents on Jeffrey Epstein. All right? It gets better, folks. Listen to this one. Let Pam Bondi do her job. She's great. The 2020 election was rigged and stolen, and they tried to do the same thing in 2024. That is what she is looking into as Attorney General and much more. He said it right there, guys. In those two quotes, he said it. Let me just quickly finish off and then we'll get into it because the rest is
Finish
already
off.
just,
I'm going to get a light because it's getting dark outside and I can
yeah.
see I'm going to have a dark face in about 3 minutes.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Be right back.
Go ahead. This is we joke around a lot, but this is what I've been sounding the alarm. This is why I've been crazy, and now he's come out and said it, folks, and that's why I want to hit the road, and this is why I think this is what we need to make. Forget about what anybody cares. They could shove their opinion into where the sun doesn't shine, because this is what's happening. He just said, I'm going to repeat it because that's how important it is. Because we have some new people that just came out. Listen to it again. This is extremely important. The left is imploding. Kash Patel and the FBI must be focused on investigating voter fraud, political corruption, Act Blue, the rigged and stolen election of 2020, arresting the thugs and criminal instead of spending month after month looking at nothing but the same old radical left inspired documents on Jeffrey Epstein. Let Pam Bondi do her job. She's great. The 2020 election was rigged and stolen, and they tried to do the same thing in 2024. That's what she's looking into as JD, AG, and much, much more. 1 year ago, our country was dead. Now it's the hottest country anywhere in the world. Let's keep it the way, not waste time and energy on Jeffrey Epstein, somebody that nobody cared. And this is where really killed MAGA. This sentence right here. See, the other part is important for us, folks. But this is what killed MAGA right here. Somebody that nobody cares about. MAGA really cares
Oh
about.
my God, dude.
Did he not read the room on that one, folks? I don't know what.
No. This is not just about care about. This is the heart of the cult.
Yeah.
This is like saying that, there's no Thetans anymore. I'm sorry, Scientologists. Let's all go home and, get knitting needles and take up a new hobby. I mean, this is the heart of the matter for this group. And a lot of people are telling me this. I've been on 2 different roundtables, and both times there's either somebody who's just pro-Trump, period, but doesn't care about Epstein, and they're spinning and they have no excuses, or there's somebody who's actually like really hardcore and knows what's going on and has been around for a long time. And every single one of them is like, these guys spent 4 years telling us that this is why they're in office. So if they don't do it, who's going to ever do it, first of all? And second of all, this is the heart of one of the promises that they promised, and they've made us accept them breaking a whole bunch of other promises. The one big beautiful bill had compromises that upset somebody in every single quarter of the Republican Party. I've never actually seen a political party so upset openly and publicly, including the people who voted for it, saying it's a bad bill. Yet they pushed it forward just to give Donald Trump something to sign on the 4th of July. And so that's where we are. And that was a heavy lift, right? Elon Musk thought that he was going to stop that, right? He thought it's so bad, nobody's going to pass it. And it, by any measure of political gravity, it should not have. But it put Donald Trump at this like last bridge with these people, and now they're like, no Epstein files. Why are we even here?
Right.
This is almost as bad as the George H.W. Bush breaking his pledge not to raise taxes.
Oh, this is worse.
I feel like that's the parallel.
No, it's worse even. I'm telling you. But
Yeah, I think that's the parallel here.
yeah,
One of them. Yeah.
it's definitely one of them.
Worse,
But
but I'm saying like it put like if you look backwards, like that was the seminal moment that the Republican Party never ever forgave George H.W. Bush for. And when the Reform Party came along, that's why they had people vote for them. I mean, it was just a protest vote movement, most of all. I saw H. Ross Perot speak when I was in college in 1996. I mean, he was a big deal back then. People were really serious about wanting to know what he was doing, you know?
no,
So,
dude, let's talk about for a second. I want to talk about also this cryptic message that he has in this tweet because of what he's talking about. I mean,
sure. Yeah.
how important it is. I mean, the one thing that stands out to me more than anything, it was that last paragraph that I read to you guys twice, because what he's basically telling his mega base right now, and he's telling him that shut up, leave it alone.
Yep.
I
Drop
need
it.
I
He's
need
saying drop it.
drop it. He's saying I need Pam Bondi right now. I need Cash Patel. I need Dan Bongino in there to be able to go out there and do right now what's more important, and that is changed rules of intimidation to be able to fix and rig the next election. So this way we stay in power, to also change history, go after, arrest not only Comey and Brennan, but change that 2020 was stolen and was wrong, and that they tried in 20. He's saying it right here. Go ahead, Grant. Tell me what, because I mean, I could go. I mean, this is,
Well,
I've
let's
been
talk
preaching
about this
this
for a
for
second.
days. For
Let's talk
days, I've
about
been
this for a
preaching
second
about it.
because here's the thing, right? After November 5th, the news cycle radically changed, right? And so people stopped reporting on all these major stories, like all the different counties where there was major election breaches and fraud, and these things were connected across the country. CNN was reporting on it, and now it's like all gone quiet, right? And I published two stories on my Substack in the last 3 weeks that are about this exact thing. One, a lawsuit settlement amongst two Republicans, and it basically proves this guy's involvement in an election breach. This was in Michigan and Pennsylvania. This woman was involved with Sidney Powell in Georgia too, where Sidney Powell pled guilty to 6 different crimes and submitted a written apology letter, right? And so they have a couple of trials going on in Michigan. There's a criminal trial for this woman for her election breach in 2020, right? And it's a state criminal trial, not a federal one, so no pardons. And there's a federal civil trial, no pardons there either. And then the stuff that I was reporting on this past week was in Pennsylvania, where a Pennsylvania county sued Dominion. They lost in the Third Circuit Court of Appeals. It's likely their last written opinion. They narrowed their legal issues down to nothing and lost in appeals court. The Supreme Court won't likely take anything up if they try to petition it. They narrowed it down tremendously to nothing and lost. And then on the other side, they also lost in the Pennsylvania Supreme Court in a much bigger case where everybody is going to get fined $1 million each for their election denying activities in 2020. Again, state stuff. It can't be pardoned, right? But what Donald Trump is trying to do here, he's desperately trying to fan the flames of anything he can right now. Okay. And he's giving instructions at the same time.
Well, let me ask you this, because you know this better than anybody. I mean, you've done a lot of reporting. I mean, as far as
Yeah.
that, we know that the election wasn't stolen in 2020. We know how they tried to set it up. We know the
Well, we
lies.
know what they tried to steal. They got caught. And
Correct.
there's still actually ongoing prosecutions related to that in
But
Arizona,
but not but
in
now but now
Nevada.
right.
Yeah.
But this is
Michigan.
the whole thing. I'm not and not to say, and I do want. I think it's important for us to keep an eye on what
Yeah. Yeah.
prosecution are there. I mean, like Rudy is still has a state prosecution in Nevada.
Several
I
of
mean,
them
there's
in
several of them
Arizona.
which
Arizona.
right in
Yeah.
Arizona. I'm not in Nevada. I'm sorry, in Arizona. I
Arizona.
apologize.
Yeah.
Which
And,
Trump
and
is not
and
going to
and
be able
nobody
to
knows
help
what's
him.
going to happen in Georgia either. I mean, they may dismiss Donald Trump, but charge everybody else. Who knows?
Correct. Who
There's
knows?
still these
Correct.
they're like zombies.
That's
They
still
keep
in here.
going.
But what I want to talk about, I want to ask you, is the flip side. What he
So
is now in his message, because what I'm concerned about, Grant, and what I think
his message is desperation.
No, no, that
Desperation.
we know that we know that. But in that message, when he talks about that he wants he needs Pam Bondi, he needs them to be able to secure. What are some of the things that he is? Because I've reported on it that he could go out there and change federally. Besides going out there intimidating by having ICE agents at polling station. Besides, they're shutting down maybe early ballot voting and
I
stuff like
mean,
that.
Lev,
Talk
Lev,
about some of the stuff so people are aware when they're going out there and they're calling their congresses and sounding the alarms. How important it is right now, because he's trying to secure himself back in
listen,
office. Right?
Lev, let's talk about it. The Supreme Court reform is the number one reform we need because this Supreme Court just blessed a lot of Donald Trump's illegal behavior and basically said, we're going to set the standard for restraining the government and restraining the president much higher than it's ever been and make it more difficult and more cumbersome. And by the way, we're going to decide anyway. And these people make a lot of bad decisions, especially in these initial. They've basically decided with the decisions they're making that the government could just break the law freely unless they think it's just so ridiculous that they have to, do something about it. They've really decided to limit their participation in American democracy to about this big. Okay. And this is the big problem. So Donald Trump could do a panoply of things, and it's not going to be easy to stop him anywhere because the Supreme Court wants to give him as much power as humanly possible because of their ideology that the president is a king. I mean, there's no other way to put it. There's no tradition of this in the United States. Okay. There was only the lack of modern tools to stop somebody from doing more tyrannical things in the past than they should have. But I want you to, this is what really jumped out to me. 100 years. Donald Trump says, I'm doing things that haven't been done in 100 years. What was done to the federal government under the Wilson administration a little over 100 years ago? They had a purge of African Americans. Wilson was a rabid racist. He screened KKK propaganda movies. And I feel like Donald Trump is finally saying what his Making America Great is really about. This is, it's a racist campaign. It's especially against Latinos.
Oh,
I
one
mean,
hundred percent.
we live here in Florida. There's
Yeah.
Alligator Auschwitz is about 35 miles over my shoulder in this direction. And this is, they're slowly revealing the actual plan for those that didn't know to people that now are starting to learn. Okay. I mean, I don't know if you've seen Donald Trump's allies saying there are 65 million illegal immigrants in America. Okay. They're referring to
The number keeps growing, and I mean,
that's a deliberate reference to
oh yeah.
all of the Latino people living in the United States, people of Latino descent. All right. And so if you want to be concerned about things, yes, this is where they want to go with things. And the Republicans voted them a giant budget for ICE to go fuck shit up. All right. It is bad. Bad, bad, bad. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
And
But
he's
that's
not.
not what that's not what today's problem is for Donald Trump.
Oh
That's
yeah.
the tools at his disposal. But again, his only strength is keeping these 320 or no 270 Republican lawmakers in line. I mean, if he loses a grip on them, it's not going to take until the next election for them to do something if they want to. If he
Thank
does
you.
lose a grip on them,
Thank
and
you. Thank you.
this is where the major problems actually lie for Donald Trump. If everybody called their congressman and said, "Hey, I'm upset that he's not releasing the Epstein files," that would have an immediate impact, even if you're in a red district. I mean, you should do it today. Like there's 2,100 people watching this live. If there were 2,100 phone calls to Congress
Thank you.
between today and
Oh,
tomorrow
we're gonna
saying that
Grant.
Donald Trump needs to release the Epstein files,
Grant. I'm
that
gonna tell you
alone would
something.
impact the issue.
I'm going to tell you something. We here at Love Remembers, this is more than just everybody here is part of the movement. my brother. Everybody here does their part. Believe me, you will see phone calls, you will see emails being written today, you will see messages, you will see people with picket signs at their local congressmen and senators. Trust
I
me, I'm
know.
telling you, this
I
is
know.
today, this is important. Please, everybody, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to Grant. Listen to what the man is telling you. This is what I've been telling you all along. And he's telling you the same exact thing, word for word. We have an opportunity. This is our opportunity. We don't have to wait till 2026. If every single one of us gets out there and calls our congressman, senator right now, repeats what you're listening to us right now, release the Epstein files, put pressure on Trump right now, you
Type,
will
type. If you can't talk, type. I see
type,
it. I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah, if you
that's
can't talk,
awesome.
type. If you can't,
Yeah.
and also with that said, by the way, just a quick shout out and reminder that July 17th, this Wednesday, is our next big movement. It's going to be the 5th anniversary of John Lewis's death. It's the good trouble movement, and make sure they go out there. This is it's perfect timing to go out there to march, to go out there and protest. Peacefully out there, make your voices be heard. And the a part of this should be release the Epstein files, let them be heard, because I tell you all along, Trump is not scared of the media. He could deal with them. He knows how to move them around. He's not scared of
Hmm.
the DOJ or anything because he owns them. He's scared of you, the people, your voices, and that's what he constantly tries to shut us up.
Well, let me
Whether
say
you're in the
this. Hold
listening.
on.
Go
This
ahead. Go
is
ahead.
much more important than all of these other things, which is that this is a good opportunity to find some common cause with people that you've been disagreeing with for a long time. Use your empathy and your common sense. You don't have to tell
Absolutely.
anybody you told them so, okay? Unless you're on Newsmax, which is my job, not yours, okay? And like really understand that this is the chance to make a change. Help them relate to the problem of Donald Trump on their own terms with what upsets them. Make it about their needs because this is what they need. Okay. And I'm telling you, this is a good opportunity to remind people that left and right are not as important as red, white, and blue. Okay. This is your moment. Don't fuck it up. And it's
Well,
legit, man.
thank
This
you. I
is
mean,
just we
listen.
have neighbors and friends.
I couldn't have said it better. This is the moment. This is the moment, guys. You know what I'm saying to you, Grant, my brother. I want to thank you so much for coming on here such short period of time. I know there's a lot going on. I know it's the evening. I want to thank you. I want to give you a few minutes to take us home.
Yeah.
Bring us home, and then go ahead, brother.
Well, first of all, I mean, guys, it had been like 6 months of full boot. Oh, 6 months of full boot on Twitter up until right around the time that Elon announced that he was leaving the White House. Pretty interesting. Um, Suddenly the boot came off, and like my last Saturday video got like 3 million views on
Wow.
Twitter.
Wow.
Yeah. Like 3 million like views on the tweet. I don't know how many views on the thing, but whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Like it had been a while, you know what I'm saying? Like they really had booted me. Nothing I posted would go past 5,000 views on a post. All right. And so it's been kind of like interesting times. It's you know
Come
what it
over to
is?
Substack. Come over to Substack more.
Yeah, yeah.
Start
So
more because I'm telling
oh,
you.
and believe me, I have some plans. I've just been, trying to build a solid base before I jump it forward. But but I tell you, so I've been putting more stuff on there. Of course, I'm at Grant Stern on all the platforms except TikTok. Don't bother with TikTok. I don't use it. But I was just posting something from Newsmax about this, and I had not even really snuck it in there. You know what I mean? I had actually talked about the Gallup poll that says that even Republicans are turning on Donald Trump over his immigration policies, which is an enormous development. Gallup has the most comprehensive long-term polling. They have this over a 20-year period, right? And the 20-year high for immigration favorability was, no kidding, June of 2015, right when Donald Trump showed up. Okay. And the low was when he got elected last year's like 39% support for immigration. Well, today it's back to 64 because Republicans are realizing they were lied to. And it's not about immigration, it's about racism. They're just using an immigration policy as the pretext for Jim throwing a new group. Okay. So I go on Newsmax and they're like, "Hey, we got a poll. Democrats are struggling." I'm like, "Actually, grassroots Democrats are really energized. I don't care about the political class. The people that are on this call right now, they give a crap. They're doing things. They're active, and it's building right now. It's building again for the first time in a long time. But So their commentator, their paid commentator, says, "Oh, I don't even believe Gallup polling, and there's no." And then he said the magic words. He said, "There's no disillusionment in MAGA right now." And I was like, "Wait a minute! I mean, that whole entire immigration poll is about disillusionment, which I see in Miami every single day. We see the stories every day about, Latino voters who voted for Trump. Now they're losing relatives, family members, friends, themselves, and problems, right? Um, to the immigration crackdown that's just insane. People who were here for 50 years, now they're kicking them out of the country. And, this is like, I mean, insane. And so I just said, "Hey, Jeffrey Epstein, come on." And the Newsmax host actually interrupted their paid contributor, their paid liar, to just say, "Look, yeah, actually, there's some problems with the Epstein thing." Like he couldn't deny it, even on Trump TV, Newsmax.
Yeah, no, it's amazing.
Big. It's a moment. It is a moment, and
It
it's
is our moment. It is our
yeah, it,
moment.
it is our moment. Yeah, absolutely. But it's a moment for empathy, for understanding, for supporting them, and for letting them know they've been lied to, and that there's only two alternatives here. Either they've been very specifically, baldly, and intentionally lied to, because these people have had access to this. They had access to it during the first Trump administration. Okay. They had full access to it in 2019 and 2020, all the way up through the beginning of 2021. They could have released this stuff. Bill Barr knows everything. Alan Dershowitz came out and said that there's a client list, but that because of a court settlement, he's barred from talking about it. And he was Donald Trump's lawyer. He was involved in all of this. He was Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer,
Yep.
right? So, like, I just explained to people, I'm like, "Hey, listen, you know what? Don't go further than this. Just say, look, there's only two alternatives. Either Donald Trump lied to you, or this is the most insane cover up in the history of our country because he's doing it right in front of us, but he has to be covering it up. It doesn't matter whether he really did anything wrong or not. He's still covering it up. We don't know why." Those are the facts. Those are facts.
Thank
Even if
you.
you accept, even if you accept that all the circumstantial evidence says that he didn't do something wrong, it's fine. Hey, listen, for argument's sake, Donald Trump did nothing wrong with Jeffrey Epstein, despite being Jeffrey Epstein's best friend for 10 years, hanging out with him, being his neighbor, the main plaintiff in the main case, having been a Mar-a-Lago employee. Like all these core, they're very certainly very close to each other over many years until a certain break at a certain point, which we know happened, indisputable. But then why is Donald Trump suppressing all this information? The only reason to do it is a cover up. And now he's just flat out saying, accept the cover up. He's not even trying to hide that this is a cover up. He's just saying it's covered up and don't ask me ever again. That's hard for the base to accept when they've been promised this for 10 years. This is the
Grandson,
heart of QAnon, and they're not getting it. This is wild. We've been waiting.
grandson. I just want to say, Grant Stern, I couldn't have said it better myself. I want to thank you so much, my brother. I mean, this is what we've been talking about and we continue talking about here. And I could promise you, and I thank you for coming to our community. Everybody, if you haven't, make sure follow Grant Stern on all the platforms. He's at Grant Stern, except, like he said, TikTok, because he's not there.
Well,
Hopefully,
somebody
Grant is,
stole my at Grant Stern, the other Grant Stern out there.
Grant
Nice
is out
young man
there
in Minnesota.
on X fighting the good fight, and I can tell you this much. I'm happy to, because I've been saying this, and we've been talking about, and to hear your voice to speak. I mean, you basically have reiterated everything we've been talking about, and the most important is time is now. So I want to thank you, and welcome to Substack. Let's do some more stuff together, and I'll
Sure.
give you a call later, my brother. I know you got a lot to do. Have a great night.
Have a great night, Lev.
Take
Bye,
care.
guys.
Well, folks, first of all, Grant is my man. Definitely, you guys support his work. He's does some incredible writing. He is out there. He's one of the. He is the head editor of Occupy Democrats. He's been fighting this fight for years and years and years. I met Grant. Grant used to originally, like most people, was writing stories about me. When I first got arrested, he was one of those independent journalists that was digging into me. That I was Trump's guy, and now you could see have become great friends, and he has helped me out a lot in my journey, to be able to get to where I am also. So Grant is a great guy. Make sure, definitely. And the most important thing is you heard what he had to say. It's what I've been telling you and what we've been talking about all this time. This is the time. The time is right now. That message was diabolic. He's basically saying that he's planning on going in right now. And I'm sorry, guys, going in and taking, and right now he needs Pam Bondi, and he needs Cash Patel, and he needs his loyalists to be able to do his next stage, which I told you is called election reform. So before we go, I want to, because we have a lot of people that have joined us since we read the post, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I think it's important to read the last part, which is the most important one. Why I think we need to keep our message out. And you heard what Grant said. We have a little bit over 2,400, almost 2,500 people here right now. Thank you, each and every one of you, first of all, for being here on a Saturday. It just shows your loyalty and your determination to save our democracy, because you're here to hear some important information, and the important information is what we've been talking about. And what you heard Grant Stern tell you, what I've been telling you, and what I'm going to tell you again is, make sure today you're calling those congressmen and senators. Make sure you're writing those letters and those emails. And it's simple, like I told you for the past several days. Release the files. Release the Epstein files. Put pressure on Trump. Do not let this go. Do not let the media bury it. This is more important than anything, because with this, we could you heard it not from me now, you even heard it from Grant. If we do it right, we'll be able to put pressure on Trump and get back our democracy quicker than 2026. And we'll be able to secure and make sure he doesn't change any of the election stuff, because that's the important stuff. Because, folks, I'm going to read it to you. For all of you that have joined that didn't hear, Donald Trump wrote a cryptic message on Truth Social. I'm going to also do a Substack letter later tonight or tomorrow morning, bringing all of this up to speed. So for those of you that didn't get a chance to see it all or miss some of the stuff, you can rewatch it. Also, I'm going to release it, but also I'm going to write a letter, Substack letter, for all of you that to try to bring it up in a quick way to bring you up to speed. But here's what out of that whole letter. This is the most important part, because in the letter, there's a couple of things that are extremely important to what he's telling us and MAGA, and the message that really hurt him with MAGA. So he says in there, he goes, "We are saving our country and making America great again, which will continue to be our complete priority. The left is imploding. Cash Patel and the FBI must be focused on investigating voter fraud, political corruption, Act Blue, the rigged and stolen election of 2020, and arresting thugs and criminals, instead of spending months after month looking at nothing but the same old radical-inspired documents on Jeffrey Epstein. Let Pam Bondi do her job. She's great. The 2020 election was rigged and stolen, and they tried to do the same thing in 2024. That is what Pam Bondi is looking into as Attorney General, and much, much more." So I just want to say to you right there, folks, that is extremely dangerous. This is every day the rhetoric is becoming more and more, and he's coming out into the open and telling you exactly what I've been telling you, and what's happening and who's really pushing it. Stephen Miller, Russell Vogt, Project 2025. This is about taking away our election rights, so he will be able to stay in office because he's already, just think about, folks. Look what everybody comes out here and tells you. They tell you that the polls he's being destroyed in the polls. The Republicans are revolting. People in Congress, he's losing. People are retiring. Said that big beautiful bill I told you, it didn't come without a lot of casualties. Yes, he pushed it through there. And yeah, we're going to feel the pain. But believe me, a lot of these spineless individuals that allowed it to go through are still now, starting to break with them, even over this. So that's why right now, guys, it's important more than ever to be able to let our voices be heard and to be able so we could save our democracy. And I want to end it off on this. I want to, first of all, wish everyone an incredible weekend. And finally, this is some good news. This is some great news. I want you all to take this little time and enjoy it and relish in it, but don't let it take away from what's, by the way, guys, I just have to have a little breaking news right now. I'm watching and oh my God, I'm going to put this in the letter because you guys need to see it. So make sure, if you haven't subscribe, right now, MAGA is posting videos of them putting MAGA Make America Great Again hats and T-shirts, and they're lighting them on fire, just like you would see, people doing with jerseys. Oh, this is incredible. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. So, with that said, I want to ask each and every one of you. First of all, I want to thank everyone for being here. For those of you that are my subscribers that are already subscribed, or thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. For those of you that haven't had a chance to subscribe, please join right now. Now more than ever, we're both, because this is no longer just a community. Please join our family. This is a movement. This is a resistance, and we have a lot that we're planning, and I'm planning on doing with my team here to be able to go out there and be able to really do a damage and save our democracy from this tyrant, because nobody knows him. Trust me when I tell you, there's a lot of people that talk about him and give him you opinions, but nobody not only knows him. There might be a few people that might know him longer than me, but nobody really knows him in this world better than me, especially all the players involved, because like you remember, I was part of that whole world. I was in so deep with them that there's a lot more that you guys don't even know 10% of the whole story, which you'll get to know over time, because right now it's more about saving our democracy than just going into story time, but you'll get to know as we go. That's why when I talk about Elon Musk, I was a fly on a lot of walls. I was witness to a lot of things that had nothing to do with I was, because of being so close to Rudy Giuliani, because being so close to Donald Trump, because I was so deep in that inner circle. And that's why, trust me when I tell you, one of the biggest things why me considering of going on the road is safety wise. I'll be honest with you folks, because he's already trying to shut me up. He's trying to shut my son up. I'm currently still on supervised release. So I risk it every time I'm sitting here in my house. You see the same walls every day. Maybe once in a while I'll go downstairs and you'll see me from my backyard. But, I'm not one of those guys that is traveling around and video because of my supervised release, which I'm still under. So it's a lot of, from security to planning to making sure we do it right. But I know once I go on the road, I'm going to put a big target on my back. And that is why, it's part of what I'm thinking about doing. But I also made a promise to you, and I made a promise to myself and the country, is that I'm not going to stay quiet, and I'm going to do everything possibly to be able to save our country. So I've made my decision that I'm planning on doing that. It's just now a matter if I could get, the logistics and get the financials. If I could get the logistics, the security, and the financials in place, you have my word that I will go out there and I will give it my all every day. What you see me doing here on Substack, you will follow along with me live, because I will do it across the whole country. I'll go to cities, states, I'll go into little communities, I'll go into the rural areas. I have no issue, because remember, I used to do that. I did that on behalf of MAGA. I know them all. I know their spots. I know how to talk to them and how to hit them. And now having this ammunition of what he's just given, of what he just put together, I could use it better than anybody out there. I could use this information, and that's why, I am extremely, like, even giddy right now. I'm sharing with you, as I'm thinking it out loud. So I want to thank you guys. Please, continue subscribing, go out there, continue spreading the voice, building this community, making sure we get as many people out there, because once we go, because I'm assuming we're going to do this, once I go on the road, I'm going to need each and every one of your support. No, not only here on this platform, but out there where I go, because we have people here from all over the country, and I'm going to need you guys to come and support me and be there and be my voices, be my my eyes, my ears, everything, because this is a team effort. I'm going to come out there and speak truth to power, but I need the support, because that's one thing Mega likes to see. They see numbers, and we have to make sure we have the numbers to be able to do it. So I'm going to say good night to you. I want to thank you for joining today. Continue the support. Continue. Oh, for those of you that are asking, I'm sorry. You could, in the meantime, help me by becoming paid subscriber. First of all, second of all, you could contribute directly to Venmo at Lev-Parnas, and always you could go. Definitely, I recommend for everybody out there, if you haven't yet, definitely go get Shadow Diplomacy. You could get it on loveremembers.com. Also, a lot of cool t-shirts and hats and stuff like that. It's also another way of supporting our movement, supporting our voices. Every dollar helps, because I don't have no corporate sponsors. What I have is you. You're my backing. You're my team, and that makes me extremely happy. I'm fine with it, and that's why I want to keep being there. I want to always stay. Thank you, Char. I always want to stay independent and never be, and I always will, because I'd rather not do it than do it and be, and sell my soul. And that's why I don't. That's why I had offers to go and, on talk shows and all these podcasts and stuff like that, and I never did it, because the one thing that you guys already know me is I don't. It's very difficult for me to take shit from anybody, especially, when we're talking about such important stuff. So to me, my voice, the truth is most important, and that's why I'm here with you guys, and that's why I depend on you. So for those of you, thank you. Continue the contributions and send me your DMs. Also put your, if you don't want to send DM, you could put a message to on the bottom of this post later or anywhere else. Let me know your feelings. Let me know your ideas. Let me know any way you could help, besides financially. If there's any specialty profession any one of you guys could help, any part of the country, any part of the state. Also, let me know, and let's see what we could put together, because this is my first time making this announcement to you guys. I've made the decision, and so let's now take it to the next step and see where we go from here. So I'm waiting to hear what you guys think about it. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great night of the rest of your night. Enjoy your night, and you deserve it. Take some time and enjoy this. And for those of you that are on other platforms, just go in and enjoy and just watch the meltdown begin. And you might see me. I'm going to go right now. I have some other spaces and chats to go on to be able to continue the movement. So I'll be on Twitter. I'll be on other platforms right now, or fighting the good fight. But these are going to be in a hardcore mega platform. So if those of you that know or follow me, you'll know where to go. That's what I have the rest of the night, because we need to keep pushing it and making it happen. I'll also keep you guys updated, and we'll see. Hopefully nothing crazy happens, unless good or bad. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. If not, I'll see you Monday. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and thank you again, every single one of you. God bless America. God bless every single one of you. And you see, we're doing it. We're doing it. I'm telling you, this is big, guys. Enjoy yourself. Have a great weekend. Take care, and make sure you kiss and hug your kids, and your wife, and your husband, and your loved ones. Take care.